Gets it to the 30-yard line there. There's a penalty marker down. Off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball carrier. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Well, folks, once again, the fireworks have begun to go off before the team even entered the stadium for this one. You had some overactive fingers on social media, if you will, and that continued to make this one of the most public and personal feuds in the NFL.
And remember back in the day, if you got your comeuppance from starting something like this, if you talk trash and got beat previously, you didn't talk trash before the next game, but that's not the way of the world in the NFL nowadays. These guys continue to go after each other whether they win or lose. And the social media taunting, that continued this week, and lucky for us, we get a chance to see it play out on the field over the next 4 quarters.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Left side complete to Lockett. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they had scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
For Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in his first month. And a first down to boot. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 42-yard line.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
At the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're going to... The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2nd and 7 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That is caught inside the 5. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are back within a score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, fighting off the defender. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He lets it fly for Lockett. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
It's a 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And a short gain down to about the 33. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down, Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Complete.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure here is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Able to push his way through. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
again, they'll run it with Mostert. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional. He did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Now they'll run it on the toss.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Third and long. It's Wilson.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Fights off the defender. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Brings up third and 3.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Run left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Ball carrier.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice, and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a one-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's second down.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
No gain on the play.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
12 yards there and a first down. Back to throw, Garoppolo.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 20-yard touchdown. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
Two-point conversion.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could go back at you a long way.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 7. A minute 17 remains. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. But now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And he's going to let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Pass interference. Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Back at the 21-yard line.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, there a PAT. From likely getting this thing to overtime. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. And boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation? That's caught at the 20.